President Kajit-KJ-Habanananda. President Kajit, we've known you for doing things out of the box, doing things which are maybe ahead of the times, and you've always excelled in that.
Well, thank you.
Would you like to share with the Lions the way you see our association going forward in the years to come? How you think with your ideas we can move forward even faster?
Well, thank you, Sangeeta. Well, first of all, thank you about the talking out of the box. Sometimes they don't give me the box, so I can't talk out of it. Sometimes they give me a little basket or whatever is in the packet. But as to your question as how the future of the Lionism is going, I think this is a big $65,000, $64,000 question. It's difficult to answer directly unless one go back a long time, like 95 years, the history of Lionism in itself, how we came about to where we are today. And then understanding the historical part of it, then the present system that we have, then we can predict with some certainty which direction you want to move forward. I would say that in the past, the world need Lionism in service. There's a lot of people who are suddenly become community conscious. They feel that they are part of the community that they live in. And there was a lot of peacetime, and therefore they have more time. Business prosper, people got more, earn more, and their living is better. So they figure out, well, let's look around and see what we can do. And that's what happened. But now, after 95 years, that things go up maybe 50, 60 years, reach the peak, and it start going down, just like anything else. It goes up, must come down, and try to complete that cycle. I think we most likely almost past the bottom of the cycle already. I think we're on the upswing. Unfortunately, we let it go by. We let time take us there, take us around, instead of we direct it. I know leadership have tried so hard in the past. Every year, we got a new leader. And this is probably one of the little drawback, I would say. There is not quite continuity of the leadership. To me, if you want anything done properly and quickly, the leadership had to be stable. And with the long-term, long-range plan, long-term plan. But I'm sure that the past years, leadership in Lions are geared toward that direction. In other words, the president does half of what his predecessor planned, and he plans the other half in the future. And his successor is trying to do the same thing. The question is, which direction where are we going? In service, definitely, we can't deviate. We got to do the service that's required. However, how are we going about doing that service and to make the most out of it? This is the question. Making the most out of the service done by people. People like you and me and the rest of the membership. What kind of membership that we have? If you start comparing to the past. The past, we have those who really gung-ho on what they want to do. They come into the club, they don't care about anything else. They want to carry on the project in the club, period. Get things done, move on to the next project. Today, most of the community jobs are already done. Most of them. So they start looking outside. What to do? I've got the money, I don't know what to do with it. So they go on something that nothing really make it significant. That's why the Lions International have to peg it down. You want to go with sight? Stay with sight. You got to go with environment? Stay with environment. So now I think the effort is concentrate on measles. That's fine. You have at least you have a goal. Attaining that goal takes people, dedicated people, people who have committed themselves to do with time, effort, and money. And I'm not quite sure we have all those factors together, time, effort, and money. However, I'm sure that you can find them. How? First, by identify who are your present leaders in each level, from the top down to the club level, and how dedicated they are in leadership. They are all leaders in their own right. You can't teach them how to be a leader. It's too late. Too late already at this stage. So we merely add on, give them a color. They come into you as a black and white and sepia. So you give them a little color. Add on the color so that they will look more lively. These are the things that quite challenge to me. Which color you want to give? Which way you want to do it? So it's up to the trainer. Like you and I who have been doing this for years, we have to first identify who are the present leaders. What kind of colors do they need to liven them up? Once you identify that, then you give them that. And immediately send them out to do one task. Not multitask, one task. When they come back and tell you, report to you within so many weeks, I've done it, then you evaluate. After evaluation, then you restart the process again. A little higher step, a little higher step, a little more deeper. And meanwhile, they come in waves. Train them in waves. They come in one after another. Don't stop with the first batch. The idea is continuation. Why we do this? Like burning a candle. You don't blow the candle out once they'll give you the light. Even though you can see the way, keep that candle burning. It's your goal, your target. I think once we accomplish that part, then we can do away with all this institute training, leadership training. It's a lot of what do you call it? To me, it's not significant. It's tickets for a participant to come have a little good time a couple of days. Expense paid. By who, I don't know. But they come free. And some of them, most of them, they went home, they didn't do a darn thing about what they have just taken from that institute, what they learned. What they learned, they kept it to themselves. And most of the time, they probably didn't take back home what they're supposed to. We have never really evaluated deep of these delegates that went home. Did they did exactly what they learned or not? Nobody ever follow up.
So you are talking about accountability?
Accountability.
Lions need to be accountable?
Correct.
But we hear that they are volunteers. Why should they be accountable? What is your feelings on that?
Then why train them at all? If they're not accountable, then why ask them to be a member? When you ask someone to belong to a certain group, that means there's a certain commitment that comes with it. Just like you join military. You want a Navy, you want the Air Force, or you want the Army, or you want a border patrol. Which one you want? Each one had different goals. And that's a commitment. I joined the Army, but that means I don't have to go on a ship. That means I don't like ships. That's why I joined the Army. So there's commitment, even though it's not I volunteer to be the Army. I volunteered to be a Lions. I know exactly when I joined the Lions. That's it. I asked to join. Yes, I got to do something for the community. At the same time, I got to do something for my own club member. I got to try to become eventually not only part of the family, but a core. So that everything tries to revolve around it. In other words, automatically you establish yourself to be a leader in your own right. You got to have that, what I call a clear target in your mind. People begin to revolve the success. Story of success, you listen. Once it's like honey that draws the bees. You got no success story, who cares? You have a success story, everybody wants to be a part of it. And that's my point.